Welcome back to CNN Today. A second meeting has been scheduled between French President Jacques Chirac and Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. The two met on Wednesday. Mr. Chirac called it an exceptional moment after what he acknowledged as times of strong turbulence. He was referring to decades of diplomatic strain resulting in part from Libya's status as a sponsor of terrorism. Mr. Chirac is accompanied by executives from more than 20 French businesses, including the oil giant Total.
Well, let's get some insight into the economic and political implications of these overtures. From Los Angeles, we're joined by Omar Turbi, who's an analyst who advocates the normalization of international relations with Libya. Thanks indeed for being with us. Is your recommendation there, the fact that you want relations to get back to normal with Libya, is that a recent thing, or have you always suggested that?
Oh, you're talking about me personally advocating Libya having relations with the West? I think I recall... Yeah, well, actually, I've been... pushing for this since 1993. Many of my friends probably don't realize this, but I think the subject of the day is France and Libya, and that's another very exciting news. France is a very important member of the European community. I think it has watched very closely the recent visits in the past few months by the British Prime Minister, the Italian, the German, and I guess the French are taking their turn in visiting Libya. The French and the Libyans have somewhere in the range of $2.5 billion of trade, $2 billion of which is in oil from Libya to France. The French have never really severed their business relations with Libya. The French oil company Total has been in Libya for quite some time. The thing that I would like to bring...
The reason...
Go ahead, please.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Omar. The reason I was asking you sort of how long you've been in favour of Libya coming back into the fold, if you like, is because I also wanted to get your view on whether you think that there was substance risk, if you like, associated with Libya. You know, it was accused of being a sponsor of terrorism and so on. And if you think it's justified to put all that behind the current day, if you like, and to reintroduce Libya into a 21st century commercial world.
Yeah, you know, I think everything takes its course. Libya has taken its course in its diplomatic and political relations worldwide. I guess it's, as we know, it's primarily ruled by Gaddafi, who's had his ups and downs with many of his relationships with the world. You can't characterize Libya as having been involved in any kind of terrorism for a long time. And I'm hoping that the United States would recognize that now and I think move forward with full diplomatic relations. I really want to take this opportunity and touch on something that is very important. When Libya dismantled its weapons of mass destruction, I think that was one of the most phenomenal events of this time. And Libya, you know, I visited with Libyan officials back in July, and it was a common theme amongst every single one of them that they are not satisfied with what they have received or what they have given. Let's recognize that Libya has provided a tremendous amount of information. The proliferation of nuclear technology has been uncovered throughout the world because of Libya's coming forward and doing what it has done late 2003. So I think it should definitely be recognized, and it should be recognized in a big way.
Omar, I'm sorry to interrupt again. I just want to, before we run out of time, want to get your thoughts on who's going to get the oil contracts. I mean, let's be honest, you know, the smiles that we're seeing at the diplomatic level are because there are huge oil reserves. European nations want their companies to get contracts to make the most of those reserves. Who's going to win out? Well,
you know, I think many of the large companies, European as well as American companies, are clamoring to get in. The most important thing that I would want to caution against is corruption and transparency and accountability. I think the big, huge companies, without naming any specific ones, sometimes lose sight of these very, very important facts, and they trip over themselves, and time flies by. Within a few years, the world will know what kind of contracts, what kind of relationships they struck, whether in Libya or places in Africa. So I want to make sure that these oil companies tread carefully, move in, dealing with with care, and make sure that they benefit not only themselves financially, but they benefit the people of the country. They should build and joint venture. They should not just come in, pick up oil, and leave like the old days.
All right, so it's great to get your insights. Many thanks indeed, Omar Turbi. Good to have your thoughts, and thanks for being with us. An American Libyan joining us from Los Angeles. You're watching CNN Today. We're live from London. Up next, did the Pentagon bend the rules for controversial defense contractor Halliburton?
The FBI interviews the Army official who made the charge.